channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Nicole and it's a pleasure to meet you. I am joined by a very special guest today. You want to say hi? My daughter is joining me for this video today because she just wants to feel a little involved, and that's totally okay, right?
Yeah.
So today's video is a part of a series that I started. This is the second video of that series. The first video is on my channel. I posted it about a month ago, and it's called How to Become Unrecognizable. So if you have not checked that video out, go ahead and check it out. You don't really have to, but if you want to support my channel, just please go ahead and check that video out. It would mean so much to me. If you have seen that video, you may have noticed a little bit of a change in my setup and scenery. Fall is approaching. I am so happy the fall season is here, and I may have decorated a little bit for fall. As you can see, I have my little ghost orange throw blanket, as well as some pumpkins behind me. There's a pumpkin candle and some pumpkins. You also may notice that the lamp behind me is different as well. The lamp over there used to be a different one, but my daughter accidentally knocked it over and it broke. We have this lamp here as a temporary lamp for now from my bedroom. My nightstands are missing a lamp, unfortunately, but it's okay. It'll do for now. One more change that I do want to talk about is from now on, I want these videos to feel as cozy as possible, which is why I'm just kind of sitting back and relaxing. I want you guys to feel as cozy as possible while you're listening. So whether you are driving or busy or doing some chores, if you guys are busy, you can kind of just put this video on as a background and listen in the background. Or if you're not, go ahead and relax. Maybe grab a fall drink, a cozy drink. I have my Stanley here filled with ice water. I should have made a fall drink, but it's okay. It's evening time right now, but maybe in the next video, I will make a fall drink. Now, the reason why I am talking about fall is because this video is related to fall, as you can tell by the title of the video. Fall is one of my favorite seasons, not because of the pumpkin spice, not because of the fall-related activities that you get to do or the cozy weather, but because fall can remind us of a deeper meaning. Change is beautiful. If you have watched my previous video talks about change a lot because change is very important to me. Change is a normal part of life and it should be embraced. Now, last fall, I was in a very different place. My daughter was just born and she was only a couple months old. So I was going through postpartum and a whole bunch of emotions. I was really not myself. I was also going through part of a long journey, a journey of finding myself and finding the meaning of my life, which I actually started that journey a couple years ago. And I was kind of like in the middle of my journey last fall. So when I was going through postpartum, I kind of had to take a pause in that journey and kind of just focus on myself and my mental health. So the difference between last year and this year is kind of astronomical, and a lot of change has definitely happened between the last two seasons. Just like the leaves fall from the trees, letting go of what no longer serves them, we too can release old habits, fears, and expectations. So in today's video, I want to share to you how you can stay true to yourself during this season of change and use fall as a reminder of your own fresh start. Which brings me to my first chapter, the power of letting go. In fall, we can learn all about change and the power of letting go. When you look at the trees outside during this new season, you notice that before the leaves fall, they change colors. This process is pretty quick because the time that fall starts and before winter begins, the leaves have already fallen from the trees right before winter even starts. So the trees let go of their leaves very quickly during the season and very naturally, quickly and naturally. In the same way, staying true to yourself means letting go of what weighs you down. So as the trees let go of the leaves that are weighing them down, what exactly weighs you down that you should be letting go of? That might be a toxic relationship or old expectations or habits, maybe the people around you, friends, family, maybe yourself, your self-doubt, the way you express yourself. When you release these things, you make space for new growth, just like the bare branches making room for next spring's leaves. Making space for change and new habits is very, very, very important because without this space, you have no room for growth. What would it look like if a tree never let go of its leaves? What would it look like if a tree never bloomed flowers? What would it look like if flowers were just a stem? They were never really a flower. It's just greenery all the time. time. It could get boring after a while, right? And this is exactly why change is very beautiful, because without letting go of old habits and old expectations and things that bother us, we never make room for the beauty of it all, for the flowers, for the blooming of this change. This is why change is very beautiful, but we have to embrace it. When you look at fall, you see fall as a transition into winter, just like spring is to summer. Spring is a transition into summer. The cool air, the shorter days, the changing of colors, fall is all about transition. When we take a look at each season, starting with spring, spring is a season of blooming, of prettiness, of flowers, of a fresh new start, right? Then you move on to summer. Summer is all about fun, going on vacation, enjoying yourself, enjoying your life, enjoying your time off. Summer is just all about enjoying your surroundings, enjoying yourself, and just living life. Then you look at fall, and fall is all about transition. The leaves are changing, the weather is changing. It is kind of preparing you for the Christmas season, which brings me to winter. Winter is all about joy, happiness, spending time with family. It is very important to remember the next season in line, because if you take the time to prioritize your growth, yourself, your journey during this fall season, it'll prepare you to be happy during this winter season and to focus on others, close friends and family, the joy of gifts, the joy of spending time with your loved ones. Each season is so beautiful and unique in their own way, and it's our job to prioritize what we need to during that season so that we can prepare for the next one coming. As we talk about this transition in fall, I want to take a moment to recognize the leaves and how they change colors. They start from nice hues of green, from light green to dark green, and then they transition into beautiful hues of brown and red and orange and yellow. And it's important to note that these leaves change right as they're falling. Not after they fall, before they fall. And it's important to take that symbolism into your own journey, because each journey is unique and beautiful in their own way. So think about how the colors of the leaves pop the most before they fall. You too can use change as a way to stand out and fully express yourself. Not only yourself, but your journey and what you're going through as well. Now, fall is really a beautiful season, but it's also a season of slowness and stillness. Fall is a slow season. Fall slows everything down. The world gets quieter, the days get shorter, and there's more time for reflection. If you really think about it, I feel like fall is definitely one of the slower seasons. And here in my house, I like to start celebrating fall in August. So if you really think about it, that's August, September, October, and maybe some of November. So that's 3 to 4 months. So take this time to really focus on yourself before winter approaches. Out of the 4 seasons, I feel like this one is the best when it comes to really focusing on yourself. And what does that exactly mean when you focus on yourself? Taking time to pause, incorporating fall in the quiet moments of your life. Staying true to yourself means taking time to pause, whether that's journaling, going for a crisp autumn walk, or simply sitting in silence. And those quiet moments that you hear your inner voice the loudest, and that voice is the most authentic part of you. So what can you really incorporate in this quiet time of yours that represents the season? Keep doing your self-care activities, but try to incorporate fall into it. Incorporating fall activities in your quiet time is just as important as doing fall activities with others. So when you are spending time with your loved ones or friends and you go do fall activities like going apple picking, going to the pumpkin patch, doing all of these things with all of these people, doing fall activities on your own is just as important. I have a whole bunch of examples that you can do, but I want to start with one that I did today. So I had to run a couple errands today and I had to go into Target. Usually when I have things to do and errands to run, I try to do the errand as quickly as possible and try to move on to the next thing. But when I went to Target today, I really took my time. I went through each section, looking at things, picking up things, and kind of just went window shopping. I did come across the book section of the store and I really love reading. It is one of my passions. And I saw this book, which I already wanted to read this season, but I was like, you know what? Since I'm here, I might as as well pick it up. It is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I heard so many great things about, and she also has another book. It's called The Cinnamon Bun Store or something like that I also plan on reading. But the reason why I picked up this book specifically is because I saw this, which is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe coloring book. So I took my time and picked up two of the same books, one to read and one to color in, because I really want to incorporate fall into my quiet moments. I don't really tend to color too much, mainly because I'm busy, but when I come across it and I do it, I do really love it. So this season, I really plan on kind of prioritizing this time, maybe coloring more than I usually do or reading more than I usually do because of incorporating these fall activities in my routine. I also have other examples that I plan on doing that I want to share with you guys. That way you guys can do it if you want to. Some of these I have already done, but I can plan on doing it as the season continues. Baking fall treats, going fall shopping, decorating your home or space, or maybe going to the pumpkin patch alone, or going apple picking, going shopping. All of these things are such great examples that you can do this season that will prioritize your quiet time. Now we're going to flip the script a bit. We're moving on to our next chapter, growth beneath the surface. And I want to talk about change again because change is important. And I'm not going to stop saying that. I'm not going to stop talking about change because it is really, really important. Now, the two things that I'm talking about most in this video is change, and the symbol that I'm using is trees. Now, I really sound like the Lorax because I'm talking about trees during this whole video, but the trees are really a great example to include in all of my points. If you really look at the trees during this fall season when all of the leaves have fallen, you'll notice that it's just bare branches. Now, the first thing you may think to yourself is, okay, the trees are dying, right? They're all shriveled up. It's cold outside. There's no flowers. There's no leaves. They look like they're dying. Even though the trees look like they're dying, in reality, they're continuing to grow beneath the surface. So just because you don't see the roots underground doesn't mean that the tree is dying. It means it's still growing, becoming bigger and better than what it was before. So just because you don't see growth on the outside doesn't mean that growth isn't happening. How long does it take for a tree to grow? I don't think there really is a specific answer to this question, because trees can be growing for thousands and thousands of years. Just as our journey and our growth does not have a time limit. Every journey is unique in its own way. Some may take longer than others. Some may look different than others, but every journey has something in common. Progress. Progress is happening. Every journey, progress is happening. In time, you'll be able to see progress, which is why change is difficult, because you don't know when the end is approaching. You don't know how much time you have left in your journey. Staying true to yourself sometimes means working silently on your goals, healing, or building strength beneath the surface. Trust that the seeds you plant now will bloom when the time is right. Who knows how long it will take? Who knows how hard the journey is? What's important is planting those seeds and watering those seeds. What's important is starting your journey and continuing your journey and making sure that you prioritize yourself, because that's the only thing that truly matters, is prioritizing yourself during the season. So letting go is just the beginning. As the leaves fall this season, remind yourself, letting go is not the end, it's the beginning. Change is a part of staying true to yourself, and fall is the perfect reminder that fresh starts often come disguised as endings. Brings me to my last and final point about all of this video combined into one sentence. Staying true to yourself during this fall season means choosing yourself and incorporating fall into your life. This fall, choose authenticity, choose growth, but most importantly, choose yourself. Now, if this video inspired you, don't forget to hit that like button, because your support truly means the world to me. It is the reason why I keep going and why I want to sit here for an hour and talk into the camera. Please subscribe for more more motivational content. If this is your first video of mine that you are watching, I don't just post motivational content. I do a lot of lifestyle content, what I do in my life. Motivational content is just one of my passions, and I do it once in a while, but I do plan on making more videos. So subscribe if you want to see more of this style of content, or maybe my other content that I post. Don't forget to share this video with someone that you're thinking of who may need a little reminder that change is a beautiful part of life, and maybe to incorporate fall a little bit into their life and see the season as a fun season, not a season of transition. Lastly, go ahead and comment anything, absolutely anything. Any support just means the world to me. But if you don't know what to comment, go ahead and comment how this video has inspired you and how you're going to take some of these points in this video into your own life. What are you getting rid of this fall? What fall activities are you excited to do? How are you going to prioritize yourself during the season? I want to hear it. I want to hear all of it. So thank you for watching this very special video of mine, and I really hope to see you on my next one.